Play this Saturday. We are making the rounds here on ESPN.com. Gym Basketball with Brian Campbell, soon to be joined by Dan Rafael. Brian, a pair of title holders step in the ring when the unified junior welterweight champ Danny Garcia opposes the 140-pound champ Lamont Peterson. What aspect of this fight are you looking most forward to seeing?
You know, I'm looking forward to see what happens when this turns into a fight. When you look at Lamont Peterson, got a lot of guts in there, and it's something that has carried him into a position to win some of his biggest fights. But sometimes he has guts that are a little bit too big for his own punching power or his own chin. And I think in this fight, if he decides to get into a fight with Danny Garcia and gets outside of his game plan of how he comes in there looking to box, he could end up in trouble, because we know Garcia's a legit big-time puncher, especially with that left hook. We know that Garcia, and I think if Peterson's going to have a chance to win, he's going to have to toe the line of that danger, which could lead to trouble.
Stick to the blueprint. ESPN boxing insider Dan Rafael. Why are they fighting?
Really, what it comes down to is if you talk to Danny Garcia, he talks about how he's been off for a while. You know, he doesn't want to get all the way down to 140 because he thinks it's going to weaken him. He's not sure if he wants to continue fighting at junior welterweight. And so he's sort of seeing how he's going to feel at this heavyweight, wants to give himself what he says is the best opportunity to win. What happens afterwards, then he'll decide, does he want to go back down to 140 and defend his world title, or does he want to see what the pastures are like up at 147 pounds? And for Lamont Peterson's part, he was like, listen, I don't care. I just want to fight the guy. He's going to get paid either way. So he said, if we want to do the fight at 140, I'll do it. I'll defend my title. If they say it has to be at 143, so be it. It's still a great matchup. It's a fight I personally have wanted to see for quite some time. Should have happened last year, but it didn't. And now it's happening this year. And it's going to be a heck of a fight, I think. It's just slightly disappointing that they're not going to be fighting at the historical weight limit at 140.
Yeah, absolutely. The talent will be still on display, but the stakes won't be as high as Dan just touched on because it's a non-title fight. Brian, does that diminish a little bit the magnitude of this matchup?
I think it does take a certain amount of shine off it. I mean, still obviously a good fight, and you're going to get that. What's going to happen to the loser? Does he just retain his title and continue to defend it like nothing has happened before? And I think we've seen it in the past in recent memory with Al Heyman fighters. We saw Lamont Peterson get knocked out in a catchweight bout against Lucas Matisse and still defend the title that he would have been bringing into this fight against Garcia. Same thing last summer when Erislandy Lara lost to Canelo Alvarez in their catchweight fight. But I think with belts moving forward, because there was an instance in their first fight in the Keith Thurman fight against Robert Guerrero to sort of downplay the importance of the belts. We saw in the Adonis Stevenson PBC bout last weekend where they played it up. They talked about it. Is the PBC going to launch their own belts? Lots of, we don't know about of how that's going to play out moving forward. You just got to kind of watch and see. But I don't like the fact that the titles are on the line here, and I don't think there's been an adequate definition of why. I think a lot of people are giving you different reasons. It's just not really moving me.
Absolutely. Dan, it's a big stage on network TV, a step up with both fighters must welcome here, but how much bigger do the stakes get for the winner?
Well, it's a big-time fight for these guys, top guys in their weight class, or in the 143-pound weight class, if you will. But they are doing it on national television. There's going to be a big audience, and they want to impress. And so, of course, the winner of this fight is going to be able to move on to a much bigger fight. Now, if they go up to the welterweight division, there was a lot of discussion at some points over the past year or so.